What do you say to people who would undermine the simplicity of the melodic or the musical material, the overt repetition, or what they believe is an aesthetic that is too pared down? How do you say that this is actually the root of many musics, and that's why I'm using that in a choral context? How do you refute that in an age where complexity, particularly in more contemporary art music, is almost a rigour?
Okay, look, I tend towards simplicity. I've gone through the other.
Yep.
And simple expression is very attractive for me.
It seems chorally extremely direct, emotionally direct.
Yeah, well, it's got to be, and I think that a lot of people are seeking that, but that's their journey, and I'm not trying to be. If people don't take to it, well, then of course, I'm sure that it is simplistic for some people. I think it's simple. I think simplistic and simple are different things. Simplistic's more of a criticism. I've tried to make my life simple, more simple in what is important to me, what isn't. And I suppose that's reflected in the music, that every note is, I'd like to think, has a real reason to be there.
Intent, yeah.
And you can't, otherwise it's a waste of time. You can, Ravel's the same, but then, Ravel might write a piece like Alborada del Gracioso, a beautiful piece. It's got thousands of notes in it, probably literally, but still, in that, I don't think there's a waste. I don't think there's one note too many. But I just like simpler things, and I like when the choir tonight, we asked them to go from figure 11 again and asked them to sing softly. It just started to take a life of its own on, and then it's a certain sound world.
And it's a certain energy within that sound world.
Exactly.
That has, what was extraordinary the first time we picked it up was to see people's reaction in the choir to it, and their whole body language changed, and they felt, particularly a lot of people are coming from very high-powered work. This is what they do as a recreational activity, and so it's like asking them to not necessarily disengage their intellect, but to put that sort of paradigm aside and to actually work on the quality of sound and the emotional intent and what you're trying to give the audience, which is a suspension of disbelief from the hustle and bustle all the way around.
Yeah.
It's rare, and it is also very rare, I think, to find any community choir or any choir of that sort of scope and background to attempt to do that.
It's great.
It is an attempt, but what?
No, it's very good, but it's all part of a.
It's part of the way you want to do things.
Yeah, but it's part of their journey, because journey is a flaccid word, but the people they don't have to come along here. They've volunteered to do that, yes. And I'm eternally grateful for that. But also, it's a searching for something. It's something beyond what they do. And okay, I've presented this humble effort, and it might resonate with some people and not with others. That is perfectly fine. But I think it's great. I think it's wonderful that all those people come along here to see, to look for something else. And with the Whitburn piece, with anything, with all the other pieces that you'll do this year, this is what it's all about. This is going beyond. This is ecstasis. Greek word, displacement. Standing outside oneself. And that's, I think, a wonderful gift of life that we can do that, is to stand outside and to look from somebody else's point of view. Because, and as I said in my little program note, it's associated with empathy as well. It's associated with compassion.